Hey my friend, this is Darnell Clarke again, your industry leader in this career game, the answer man. Hey, this is part 2 on how to successfully pass a behavior interview. I got something really good to say about the first 2 steps in the STAR method. So come join me. Hey my friend, this is Darnell Clarke again, your job coach, your career coach. Hey, this topic is how to successfully pass a behavior interview. This is part 2. Now, if this is the first time you've seen me and you didn't see part 1, stop the video. I'll still be right here. Go back and watch part 1. Part 1 tells you the difference between a traditional interview and a behavior interview and why most companies like it. It also talked about how do you prep for it, which is the STAR method. So if you haven't got a chance to see video 1, part 1, stop this and go back to this. Go back to part 1. Now, I got something special for you if you stay to the end. I got a cheat sheet that's especially for you that's going to help you get ready for a behavior interview. But you have to stay to the end to get it. This is part 2, how to successfully pass a behavior interview. I told you in the first video was to prep for a behavior interview, you have to use the STAR method. S-T-A-R. And so I'm going to talk about what is and how do you prep and get ready, and what is the S in STAR for the situation and the T for task. Now, when some organization bring you in and they say this is going to be a behavior interview, and that's another thing. When you get tapped on the shoulder and say, all right, we're going to interview you. I don't care if it's a phone interview, a face-to-face interview, panel interviews, Skype interview. I don't care what kind of interview it is. The first question you need to ask is what type of interview is this going to be? Is it going to be a traditional interview, or is it going to be a behavior interview? You have to know that, because you prep for a traditional different than you prep for a behavior. When you prep for a traditional, then all you're trying to figure out is, all right, here's the questions they're going to ask me. Tell me about yourself. Why should you hire me? What's your differentiator? Take me through your resume. Salary questions or something like that. That's a straight traditional interview, and you prep different. When they say it's a behavior, then you got to craft stories around how do you address the situation, task, and action and results. So this one is all about situation. If they ask you the question, describe a situation when, or tell me about a time when, or why did you do X, Y, Z, or where were you in a situation surrounding, if they come to you with that type of question, then know this, my friend, you now have entered in to a behavior interview. So the first thing that you should say when they ask you the question, describe a time when you, or describe a situation when you, I want you to use the word situation. Well, the situation was, see, once you say the situation was or is, then the interviewer know right then, you now know about the STAR method. And see, the first time I took a STAR behavior interview was with Coca-Cola. My second or third year in the industry. I didn't know what the heck they were talking about. They gave me the STAR method information. Hey, here's the STAR method. Just practice and work on that. I didn't know what the heck they were talking about. So I looked at it, I reviewed it, but I didn't prep for it. I didn't prep any stories, anything like that. And when they first brought me in, they went right to, all right, tell me about a time when you did X, Y, Z. I did a high level. They started doing this deep dive. They started asking me question after question, trying to get deeper, trying to get deeper, trying to get deeper. I couldn't answer those questions at all. It was so uncomfortable. And no, I didn't get the job. I didn't even get a second interview. So I took that information and experience, and I started understanding that you have to prep for a behavior interview different than you prep for a traditional. So When someone says, okay, tell me about a time, you must describe the event or the situation, not in general terms. You have to be succinct. You have to describe the situation to the T. You must be sure to give enough detail that the interviewer will understand the whole situation. And the situation can be from previous jobs, or it could be a volunteer situation, or it could be from your life. Yeah, but I prefer you tell me about a situation that directs to your job. Remember, no matter what you're doing, you need to connect your situation, the behavior situation, to the actual job announcement. You have to know what the requirements is, and you need to have your situations that's connected to the job requirement, not just anything, not just life. No, I need to identify that if you could do the job. So you need to make sure you have that situation according to the job description, right? And so this is how is it. All right, Mr. Clarke, tell me about a situation when you had some conflict. Well, the situation is, when I was working for an XYZ company at this type of role, I was responsible to do such and such. But I had some conflict. See, I'm setting the path up. I'm giving the whole situation. When you have just a regular traditional interview, your answers to each question should be somewhere around 30 seconds, 45 seconds maximum. No, not for behavior. Your behavior question, if it goes through the whole situation, task, action, results, is somewhere around 2.5 minutes. That's how you prepare for the situation part. Now, the next part is task. The situation, you tell the situation. Now, task. What task that you had to resolve? You know, what goals or what are you trying to work towards, right? So, for example, in my role as a business manager at XYZ company, I was responsible for a team of 5 tasked in organizing our own client events. And so, for instance, after I tell the situation, right, I work for XYZ company, I'm supposed to be doing this, I was hired to do this. Now the task was to do XYZ, and from that task, situation arise with the conflict to prevent me from engaging in that task. You get it? So it's all around describing in detail the situation, tell the actual task, right? And if you do that, then you are on your way to describing a total situation for the STAR method. So the next video is now going to break down the A for action, which is where the meat of it all is, and then the result from that action. So stay tuned. So as always, if you like this video, click the like button, share with 3 or 4 people that's going through interviewings right now, and always subscribe to this channel. As I told you before, I got something special for you. Go to my website and get a 3-part series called How to Play This Career Game to Win. I got something also special for you as well. I have a cheat sheet, what I use to prepare myself for a behavior interview. If you have already got the 3-part series, then just give me your name, your first and last name in the comment field, and I will personally send you the information, I promise you. Until next time, this is Darnell Clarke, your industry expert in this career game, the answer man, saying I'll see you on the next video. Bye.